Hey guys, girl named Bob here with a special episode. It's basically going to be a walkthrough of how I use Fraps and Isaac together because most people don't like recording Binding of Isaac with Fraps since it's, not considered a real video game programming wise to Fraps since it's still in Flash encoding. So a lot of people like using other programs to record the Binding of Isaac since it's much, simpler to do that way. But I have the full version of Fraps, and I record all my games on it, including Isaac, and I'm going to do some walkthroughs of how I personally go through it. And this is going to stay up here a bit because up top I forgot that there's some sensitive information that's, engraved right into the flesh, or the Fraps program that I don't really want you to see. So enjoy. Maybe someone messages me. I don't know. If they do, you're gonna read that. But for right now, I'm gonna go through the general movies, screenshots, things of how I have Fraps set up just to play the Binding of Isaac. So right here is the general page of the full version of Fraps, and if you want to record the Binding of Isaac, you have to have Monitor Aereo Desktop checked off. If you don't have that checked off, you can't record it at all, because up here, the numbers playing right now, that means you can record in that format. If this was clicked off, which I'm not going to do because it would cut me off in mid-sentence, then you wouldn't have any of these numbers showing up until you open, like, say, Team Fortress. If that was unchecked, I opened Team Fortress, then the numbers would show. So that is the main thing that has to be checked off. So a little bit of a jump cut here while I change tabs, so pardon me, BRB. Now, for the, FPS, I can have this one showing, LOL. For the FPS, I always leave it at 60 per second. And then for F12 is the default hotkey for, if you want your numbers to go into a different corner, see how it changed from the left to the right top corner, and then it goes to the bottom left, and then press it again, goes to the bottom right one more time, makes it disappear. So say you want to record something and you want to move it around because it could be blocking certain information, or you just don't want it on screen at all, you just press F12. Press it again, shows right back up. And that's what I usually do when I leave the numbers on for Isaac, is I'm not bothered by it because you're not really looking up in the corner. You're looking dead right here to watch the game if you're watching it all or just listening in. So I'm not bothered by people seeing my backgrounds, my icons, the numbers, because to me that's not, it's not where you're going to be focusing on when you're watching the video. I personally, it just doesn't bother me. I have no problem having the background showing. But for this, the menu bar, I don't have it automatically hide just on a normal basis. I always turn it on to, in the properties section, the auto hide as soon as I'm about to launch Isaac, because once I open up Isaac and show you the other things that you have to click off, it'll make pretty good sense. So yeah, for the FPS, just F12 is the main things, keep it at 60 seconds. So another little jump cut, bear with me. And now I'm in the movie section of Fraps. They're all those little tabs up top that you just click. So I always use default F9. So if you want to record, you press F9 and then the number turns red. You press it again, it turns off, and the numbers turn yellow. So that's how you know if you're recording. Basically, I like having the numbers not hidden in Isaac while I'm playing, is because if you haven't noticed, a lot of my friends send me messages and I have to pause and stop recording. And sometimes that actually happened early on in the beginning, and it really pissed me off, is that I paused it and I forgot to unpause it when I started playing, and I realized 20 minutes later, after going through like 4 catacombs or some shit like that, that I wasn't recording any of the footage, so I got really pissed off, and that's when the numbers, just stayed showing, because once again, I'm not bothered by it, and it's a very good reminder for the recorder to know that they're recording. So that's all I do, and I keep it at 30 FPS, which is the standard for recording digital things, any digital media. That is the field standard, so I keep that up. Microphone, I keep stereo too. Multi-channel, stereo is better. Well, at least that's how I'm doing it. And I'm also using Windows 7. I know a lot of people have a problem with Windows 8. for recording Isaac through Fraps, so I can't help you on that subject, but this is a walkthrough for Windows 7. Just mentioning that now. And if you want to say record a game, any game really, without your voice being on it, because maybe you want to play through it and then comment on it later at a different time, just uncheck this. It'll only record what's coming through your PC on, that's just, it's a nice little thing if you just want game footage, like maybe for montages or anything like that, without your voice or any outside audio leaking in. So it'll be pure game ambience, and yeah, so just click that on or off depending on what you want. Force lostness of RGB, I just keep that on. I think that helps with processing, which is always good, so I always keep that clicked. This, however, is extremely important for any video, regardless of if it's Isaac, Team Fortress, Left 4 Dead. Split your movies every 4 gigabytes. I cannot stress that enough, because say you just say this isn't checked off, then whatever recording session you have will be as long as it is. So say you record 30 minutes of footage, Left 4 Dead 2 HD. That would be about, I'm going to take a wild guess in the swing in the dark, that would probably be 7 gigs raw on your computer as one movie clip. The problem with that is that if any coding in that video gets corrupted, you lose everything. You lose all your footage, and it's just busy work that could be lost, and it's just, there's no point in it. The 4 gigabytes is your safety net, and what that does is it stops recording every movie at 4 gigabytes, and then it just creates a new one. So say my hour-long Isaacs usually make 20 small 4 gigabyte clips that I then have to edit together in my editing program, which is just a default Windows Movie Maker. I find that much more easier to use to render out the Fraps, raw files than, like, say, using Adobe or anything like that, because Adobe gets really buggy with those kind of files. So yeah, that's all you have to do, is you just have to later on combine your clips into one large movie, and that's as easy as that. It's a lifesaver. You don't have to really, the only time you have to worry about a file being corrupted is if it's under 10 seconds, because then it's just not long enough for Fraps or any of the other programs to really read. So just always make sure that if you're signing off on a video, just let it record for a few seconds longer just to make sure you have the 10 gigabytes. Otherwise than that, it really doesn't get corrupted that way. So I cannot stress that enough. Split movie every 4 gigabytes. That is my number one advice for any kind of recording in Fraps. So another real quick jump cut, BRB. And the last tab is just screenshots. It's default is F10 to take screenshots, save it wherever you want. It's just as good as screen cap or default Steam, screenshots in-game. So if you want to use Fraps, that's fine. I've never used it once for screenshots, so who cares? And that's basically all I needed to show you about Fraps. So let me hide this. Hide this. So that's the rundown of how to use Fraps for Isaac, and in general, that's basically what I use. So let's open up the Binding of Isaac. Kim Jong-il, he completely approves. Okay, skip. Okay, so what you need to do, and, Fraps is recording right now because I can see the number up there, so that's very good. This is default Isaac, the window size. So if you want your screen, it's not so much this, the revolution, you have to click large. And notice how that my menu bar was hidden? That makes it so it goes all the way down. If my menu bar was not hidden before I launched Isaac, Isaac would be up to the brim, so it wouldn't be as big as you could possibly get it. Yeah, see, that resolution doesn't really matter. So let's go back. There we go. Options, once again, small would make it small, so let's stick with large. And that's how I record Isaac. And I mean, it's still full screen when you consider in game. If you were to full screen this not recording Fraps, and let me tell you right now, if you try full screening, like to go into full screen, what's the key for that? full screen. Yeah, if you press F while you're recording, it won't record. Fraps will just completely shut it down. Because usually when you go full screen, just normally playing the game, you get those side little banners with the Isaac characters engraved into them. It's gray versus, you know, like charcoal. I mean, so what? It's still, you know, borders on the game. I'm not bothered by that, and I'm not bothered by seeing my icon, so, you know, whatever, to each their own. I'm just not bothered by it. But however, if you want to, you know, edit Isaac, your final video, in any of your editing programs that you use, you can always just black out these sides and go for the gold. That's just extra work that I'm just not bothered by it. But if you want to, you can always add in that side extra bars and it wouldn't change anything. So that's my advice on how to play and record The Binding of Isaac while using Fraps. And I hope it helped. If you have any more questions, or if you would like me to do any more tutorials, walkthroughs, anything like that, just ask me. I'll be sure to look over every suggestion. Be sure to check out my official Steam group on Steam of a girl named Bob. And I've also made a Facebook page. If you want to go there for daily updates and shenanigans too, I will be more than happy to ask your questions there. So thank you for your time. I hope this has helped. And until next time, peace out.